Today we got how to enter flow state immediately. Hey, look, flow state is when every shot you shoot goes in. You turn into a right shoulder bump fade type of guy, and you ain't even a right shoulder bump fade type of guy. If you new here, make sure to like the vid, subscribe. Let's get into it.
Be formless, shapeless, like water. Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
I thought he was God for a second, man. Like, it was like, I've never experienced anything like it. And the entire room is like watching this happen. And they were like, what is happening right now? He was so lost in it. I think he had his eyes closed. I don't even know if he knew what was going on. I think you see this happen. Sometimes you see it happen in sports. Sometimes you see it happen in music. Sometimes you see it happen in comedy. I'm sure we can all think of like moments where maybe we even felt like something is happening. I'm not in control of all this. There's something else going on. What do you think?
Bro, that is facts. They call it, that's what flow state is. That's what the name for it is. But bro, when everything is just hidden, it could be with anything. It could be with your schoolwork. It could be when you making videos. You done recorded 10 videos back to back. It's just easy. It's just flowing. And it's like other times it be so hard, bro. But flow state is so angelic, bro. Like, it will really have you thinking you got superpowers. Like, it just so effortless, bro.
It is.
I think that there is a unitary force under things, and I think when you get out of the way, it comes through you. And I think when we're describing genius in athletics or arts, what we're describing is that process exactly of channeling, that the person just gets out of the way.
Flow state, two important sets of conditions, and very often people only talk about one, and that's a little bit of a misrepresentation. The flow state is in situations in which the demand of the situation is slightly beyond your skills. So you both have to apply all the skills you can with as much attention and concentration as you possibly can, and you have to actually be stretching your skills. Now, in this circumstance, people report optimal experience. Optimal in two ways. Optimal in that this is one of the best experiences I've had in my life. It's distinct from pleasure, but they also mean optimal in a second sense. My best performance.
Flow state, the feeling of being divinely focused on a task at hand and doing it extremely well. Kobe Bryant on January 22nd, 2006, where he went up against the Toronto Raptors, and he was so focused in on the game that after putting up shots after shots and playing immaculate defense, he checked the scoreboard and realized that he scored 81 points, the second most scored points ever in the NBA.
And really, I'ma just say Kobe scored the most points ever. We seen that on footage. I seen it especially because I'm a Raptors fan, and we always get cooked. LeBron was cooking us. Vince Carter cooked us, I think, like when he played against us. Yeah, it always happened, bro. It always happened. Yeah, Kobe, bro was hooping. 81? And it's not like he took like 60 shots and he only hit 20 of them. 28 for 46, that is very efficient. That's over 50%.
Game. When he was asked how he did so, he described it as an out-of-body experience of supreme confidence.
When you get in that zone, it's just a supreme confidence that you know it's going in. It's not a matter of if or this, that, it's going in. Things just slow down. You know, everything slows down. You just have supreme confidence. When you get in the zone, you just kind of stay there. You become oblivious to everything that's going on. You don't think about your surroundings or what's going on with the crowd or the team.
In Senna in '88 at the Grand Prix, where he went so fast and was so far ahead that he couldn't even recall himself driving the car.
Hold on, this video is really gonna break it down how to enter flow state immediately, because flow state is something that happens when you don't think about it. And like, it's low-key when you do think about it, you take yourself out of flow state. You can still be cooking, but it's not gonna be the same. Flow state, oh my gosh. Flow state is one of them things you destroying everything. No effort, your body just doing it. You're not thinking about it, you just it's literally like you're not thinking about it. So how can you tap into that purposely?
Suddenly realized that I was no longer driving it conscious and I was in a different dimension. The circuit for me was a tunnel, which I was just going. And I realized I was well beyond my conscious understanding.
Ayrton was multiple seconds into the lead, had the race in hand with only a handful of laps to go. And he received a radio message that said, "You are so far in the lead. Slow down."
This is the art of flow, being in the zone, some call it. The state in which time ceases to exist and you push yourself so far past limits. And it is just your consciousness focusing on a task at hand so well and so present that you and the thing you're doing become one and you flow effortlessly. This is one of the most beautiful feelings that a person can experience in this life. It's where all of the greatest art comes from. But the question I really hope you're asking yourself right now after hearing all this is, how do I get into flow state? Because I'm going to break down exactly how to get in the flow state and, more importantly, how to stay in the flow state, because this is where your greatest performance, fulfillments, and experiences in life will come from. To explain this, I've noticed that there's certain stages that a person comes up to get in the flow state. Let me explain. The first stage you run into to enter flow state is interest, interchangeable with obsession. Something has to catch your eye at first glance. Maybe it's a mic, maybe it's a basketball, a football, a camera, a paintbrush. Whatever it is, it has to catch your attention immensely. Once you find that thing, for me it was video creation. You study it immensely. You become obsessed. All night and day, this is the only thing you can think about. This is what you study. You talk to any and everybody that will listen to this thing that literally makes your eyes light up when you talk about it. You see things others don't see. You appreciate the art immensely.
I have not seen a basketball player consistently get to a flow state better than you. Are there exercises you do? Is it your training? How are you able to capture that? We talked about the look away shot. That's being in flow state, right? Not many people ever get to that. You get to that so consistently.
Because a part of the training, and anybody who's watched me train in the summers or our approach, even in season, to work and all that, there's a level of obsession about the details. When it comes to footwork, when it comes to balance, when it comes to how the ball's entering the bat, the rim at the right angle, arc, and all that type of stuff, there's a legit obsession around that. And I feel like that's been developed over...
Bro, one thing I will say, he said that's been developed over the course of his life. How many threes do y'all think Steph Curry has made? It gotta be, it's over 500,000. I'm talking about in his whole life. From the time he was a kid to now where he's 36 or 37, one of those, 35. He has made at least, at the minimum, 500,000. And if somebody told me he made 1,000,000 threes, I wouldn't question it at all. Flow state, bro, this man get into flow state so effortlessly. And the thing is, like he said, the obsession. If you obsess over something long enough, obsession plus consistency plus hard work equals success. No cap. If you obsess over something for years, you're gonna make it in anything. I promise you, in anything.
The course of my life. But
the next stage after you appreciate the art is applying it. The grind stage, you could say. All the studying, obsession, and appreciation has led you to the point of now applying it in real life. Shooting 1,000 shots every single day. Practicing that one punch over and over again until it becomes second nature. Singing the same note again and again until you find that perfect chord. For me, I was making videos about various topics with various styles of editing every single week, if not day. The best way to understand something is literally by actually doing it. And flow state is supreme confidence. And confidence comes from the understanding or knowing of something.
It taking 13 years to get to some money. How you gonna hate? You can't hate him. I was broke. Yeah, when you see me, I had nappy braids. Yeah, my stomach was hurting. It really was hurting. I really starved some nights, man. You know what I mean? So if it could take me 13 years, why can't it take you 7? Get on your grind. Start now.
Literally.
The second stage is where a lot of people give up. The frustration.
That's why I don't understand anybody who hate on somebody. If they put in pain, bro, it could have took them 3 months. And they grinded every day for 3 months. They life changed. They rich now. And they still grinding. How you gonna hate on that? If it took them 3 years and they grinded most every day and they barely took any breaks and they really consistent, they work hard and they lit now, don't hate on that. Hating on people is like, it's just like so weird, bro.
to them, and they stop digging inches away from getting the goal that they've been looking for their whole journey. You throw your hands up, you're mad, you're ready to quit. You get out of the way of the energy. Is where flow happens.
In the struggle phase, you push hard, hitting friction and resistance. Most people quit here, but if you ease off just a bit, entering release, you shift into a lighter state. This is where the prefrontal cortex quiets down and your subconscious takes the wheel. Then it happens. Flow. Your actions become effortless, time warps. You stop thinking and start being. Your brain floods with dopamine, norepinephrine, and anandamide, chemicals of peak performance and euphoria. The brain, given the right balance of pressure and surrender, automatically unlocks flow.
The reason often why this
Flow state is unlocked when you hit a rough patch, and instead of giving up, you calm down and then you keep pushing. That's what I got from that.
Is normally reached after somebody lets go or almost gives up is because oftentimes we are in the way of the magic force that wants to work through us. We have all these preconceived notions of what we think and what's possible and not impossible that we literally try to rationalize miracles and make them detract away from us. So it's not until after we almost give up, or even in some cases give up, then and only then does it allow the energy to finally become attracted to us. And that's where the power of God is shown. This is present in basketball, music, writing, acting, cutting grass, doing math equations. It is present in all life, as nothing is new under the sun. We all are just a part of a grander story, and we take bits and pieces from that story for ourselves to share, experience, and consume. Flow is understanding this force and trusting it. The reason I got my first ever
flow state is when you want to quit, but you don't. You get out of your own way and keep pushing forward, right?
viral video, The Art of Waiting Your Turn, was not only because I've been waiting my turn, studying the people I've been talking about for years, so I was able to speak about it effortlessly, but also because I made a promise to myself at that time that I was going to post for 30 days straight and not check my analytics. I wasn't going to worry about how the last video did and let that spill into the next video I was going to make. So by not checking my analytics, I didn't get caught up in all these negative emotions and negative self-talk and fear that a bad performing video can put in you. And by not caring about my last shot that I missed, it made it that much easier for me to visualize and see my—
Bro, ain't gonna lie though, one thing is true. When you check your analytics, you be like, oh well, do they like, well, I did a video like this before and it did good, but this time it didn't do good, so now I can't do these anymore. And then it's like, well, what do you like? You think about it too much, you end up thinking that you like nothing will work, so then you want to give up. The best thing is, like you said, keep shooting them shots. That's why I'm not niching down to reacting to just one thing. I'm not niching down to just reacting to one thing. I'm just gonna throw a bunch of stuff out there. Whatever I feel like will provide value, so entertainment or like motivate somebody or educate somebody, that's what I'm gonna do. Also, the videos got to be enjoyable. If they not, I'm not gonna post it. Then y'all gonna get a bland reaction. Y'all come here for lit reaction, so that's what we doing. And so yeah, his method definitely worked.
Myself making the next shot and then the next shot after that, and it was through this detachment and just being present on the video I was making currently, I was able to receive the idea and successfully execute it. It's really funny when you think about us as humans too. It's like, you don't trust yourself to attract $1 million. You don't trust yourself to attract the right people for you to you. You don't trust your mind, a literal universal computer, to attract the reality you want. You don't trust it to keep you safe. You don't trust it to not let you fall. That's all it is, really. I wish I could say more, but that's literally all it is. Being present, trusting, and never giving up. You do that and trust not me, but yourself, the universe, the God you come from, and everything else will work out, because that's the art of flow.
I got supreme confidence in shooting the ball, and if I'm shooting it, I think I'm gonna make it. The confidence is always there. Me coming down, pulling up for three, that's what I love to do. I feel like if I shoot that shot, I'm gonna make it every single time.
Go check out my Instagram. And
look though, that's what you need though. Every video, I ain't gonna lie, low key, like I wanna be humble at the same time. So I don't be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get this, I'm gonna get that. But low key, every video I post, I be like, yeah, this the one. But you don't get too caught up at the same time, don't get too caught up in the numbers, because when they don't do that, then you're gonna be like, dang, this wasn't the one, they don't like it, yada yada. The videos can blow up at any time. Who knows, the video you made 3 months ago, it could blow up, and that be the video that changed your whole life. And like the method for TikTok, literally, if you have one video that does good and you post after that a bunch of videos after that, that one video will bring up the others. It may be by 1 view or 20 views or 200, but it will still do that. That's why you got to keep posting. You got to be confident in yourself. You got to keep posting, and you got to be confident, be consistent, and yeah, you're gonna make it.
My Twitch, because I'm about to start streaming soon. I appreciate the love so much from y'all boys, and I just want to say thank you so much.
Hey, look, thank y'all for watching the video. Let me know what y'all think. Get out y'all ways, man. Be confident in yourself. Don't be cocky though, but be confident and stay consistent, and you'll succeed. Make sure to give the video a like. Make sure to subscribe also. And yeah, I'm gonna see y'all in the next one. Peace.